You would mention that from the perspective of, excuse me, a flat earther, the perspective that one has been lied to, specifically by NASA, right, and just the space program and some of the things like that. What would be, for instance, let's say 50 years down the line, flat Earth is now the prevailing, essentially, doctrine, right? What would be the implications of that? So, no more space program, no more. What would be the end result, the end game of that?
I cannot predict how the world would change. I look more toward things that can be done short term, and what happens long term will be determined by the people who wake up and
Mm-hmm.
how many are amassed.
Mm-hmm.
So what can be done short term is gathering more people together who look at the topic and find it valid. Will there be rioting in the streets? Will there be, governmental buildings torn down brick by brick? Will there be people sued? Will there be people arrested? I mean, I hope there won't be anything really horrible happening that will endanger innocent parties. And I don't believe in any sort of corporal punishment anyway. But there are people responsible for keeping the lie going, and I would hope they would be brought to justice. However, those people just inherited the lie from those before them, and those before them are probably dead. So
Mm-hmm.
I would hope that when the anger dies down, if indeed this comes to pass, that we all become flat earthers, that we rebuild a society where there is more honesty about the world we live in, because there are great mysteries. The great mysteries are not getting on a rocket and flying to Pluto or setting up a colony on Mars, because those are just lights in the sky. They're not terra firma you can land on.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of building castles in the sky, which pretty much means fairy tales we can never live out, we could focus our time and our money on solving problems here. And also, if we discover the earth is flat as a mass, as a group of society, not just the flat earthers we've got now, people may come to a better understanding that this world is not an accident caused by a big bang where nothing exploded. Yes, nothing exploded and became everything. That when you look in your baby's eyes, or when I look in my pet cat's eyes, there's something there that was created. It didn't just happen randomly, that we each are not due to a random event, that we are all important, and that when we worship God, the creator, whatever your religion is, we should be able to understand that we shouldn't fight each other because there's my God and then your God's fake sort of attitude we all have. Something created this place. And whatever that thing is, if a person decides to call it God, Jesus, Allah, whatever it may be, I would wish we could say, that's okay. That's fine. And for those who don't want to believe in a deity or want to worship, that's fine too.
Mm-hmm.
But I would hope they would find that they are of value. They're not just random, circumstantial stardust that created a man or a woman or a baby or an animal, and everything inside us, how it works so perfectly. Even if the world is a messed up place we all can agree upon, everything is also incredibly beautiful. And maybe we could focus on the beauty and also making the beauty work better. We could work together.
So this is more, see, now what you're describing more when you're talking about flat Earth, this is an existential issue.
Yes, I
Right.
think it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think many people are in an existential crisis,
Mm-hmm.
and they've given us fake space so we can focus our energies there for a new utopia that we'll build when we colonize Mars, as Elon Musk says, when we can't even handle stuff here
Mm-hmm.
at home.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how much money, or you can look up how much money NASA gets. And then there's the other space programs throughout the world. And then you still drive by and see homeless people on the street.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with that? Everyone's got to ask themselves that.
Mm-hmm.
Is it because this place is so bad we need to escape and go somewhere else? Well, if we never learned how to solve a homeless problem here on Earth, let's say there was a Mars you could colonize, there'll be homeless people there too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If there's race issues here, we'll have them there too. Now, like I said, I don't believe we can go to Mars, or there is really a Mars you can land on. And I actually also don't believe there's race issues. I believe that's manipulated
Mm-hmm.
by the media and government to keep us always at war. And I don't mean just race issues,
Uh-huh.
Issues between men and women, just everyone asking for rights. We were all born with the rights. If we only could realize that we are special and we are equal and we all deserve respect. And flat Earth it's hard to explain to somebody who's not knee deep in the whole flat Earth awakening. That's part of it. It's not just, oh, the land is flat and NASA lied. Let's point out a reflection in a helmet and show you how NASA lied. There's something much deeper to this. And it comes down to all of us having value that we were born with, that's been crushed from us. And we are hoping to get enough people together to take it back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So speaking about this, just to kind of summarize what you're saying, is flat Earth, is a movement really that is seeking to understand the truth, so that by extension we can understand the intrinsic value of mankind and
You said
creation.
that perfectly in a much shorter time than I did. Thank you.
Well, I just took all those words and kind of and all these words and kind of jumbled them together and kind of, so you helped me in that, so I appreciate it. But that's really important, because I think all of us in one way or another are trying to search for significance.
Mm-hmm.
and you know and trying to, most people, I don't know if you were getting this vibe when you were doing the documentary, but most people think that these are just numbers and theories and planes and and space and stuff like that. But you're really talking about the deep core of who we are as human beings, and that from your estimation, flat Earth is opens up the door for that reality. Does that make sense?
Yes, it certainly does.
Yeah.
And even if the world is a messed up place, we all can agree upon everything is also incredibly beautiful. And maybe we could focus on the beauty and also making the beauty work better. We could work together.